Have you ever thought about the power of social media? Social media has the power to make your business grow. Grow! Yeah! Why don't you let us manage your social media? Because our business is to see your business grow. Visit us at www.bstownmedia.co.za.
Wrote a book. I took what I've learned over 20 years. So what I've tried to do is just take what I've learned about what works in running foundations, in setting up foundations, in developing strategy for investors. I've tried to condense all that in a book that people can own and that they can learn at their own time. What I've also taken every masterclass that we've done and I've videotaped it. So even if you don't have the book, you can listen to it. I think for far too long, we've just made so many assumptions. We've given money and we've expect organizations like NGOs and NPOs to implement on our behalf. And it's as if we weren't accountable for the money we spent. But now that the money is getting less, we've got to make sure that every cent that's been spent is accounted for. And now when we account for it, did we make a difference? Keep on making the same mistake. So that is why I pay so much attention to impact assessment, because it's the knowledge that influence different spending patterns, different development programs, different insights, different strategies, because until we know what doesn't work, how can we leverage what works? So it's really trying to make sure that every cent counts and we're accountable for it and that we really make a change. I've become very conscious that even in South Africa, development is not even regarded as a profession. You can't go to a university and become a CSI practitioner. So there's no basics or skills. Here's my belief after 25 years in development practice. It's only when you're really poor that you understand the dynamics of poverty to find solutions. So that is why I'm so focused on Pan-African development solutions. Africans understand an African development context. So I'm really saying to the rest of the world, don't come here with a Scandinavian model for development or an American model for development. I want us to recognize that we're also trying to solve our own problems. We're not just asking for money from the rest of the world. We're investing our time, our skills, our knowledge in Africa. And what makes me so excited is that African youth, they don't want to go to Europe. They don't want to go to Scandinavia. So if you really want to invest in a continent and its people, invest in people who's invested here. You know, the people who've got a heart for Africa, that wants to change Africa, that wants to contribute to the development of Africa. And that's Africans. I do want to own up to something, and that is, I know what sells is trends. Everybody wants to know, like, what's the latest thing that's going to come around. But what I want people to take out of today, as much as we're looking towards technology, new investment models, new investment themes, these new sexy, flexible, high commercial opportunity, it still comes down to the basics of development practice. I try to balance the up-and-coming things that everybody gets everybody excited to still go back to basics of development. I think if you've listened very carefully today, you would have heard the emphasis that I played on development practice, the emphasis on monitoring, the emphasis on evaluation.
For more stories like these, go to www.social-tv.co.za, subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on our social mediums.